Russia openly declares war in Ukraine is a war with the West.
Here's a summary of the article.
Sergei Kiriyenko, first deputy chief of staff of the Russian presidential administration, has said that Russia's opponent in the war is not Ukraine, but a united West through the hands of the Ukrainians. Quote from Kiriyenko, "Equally, we understand that it is not Ukraine that Russia is fighting in the special operation on the territory of Ukraine. Rather, the United West is fighting against us on Ukrainian territory through the hands of the Ukrainians." According to Ukrainian intelligence, Russian President Vladimir Putin and his regime has ordered Russian media to emphasize that the army of the Russian Federation is fighting all of the European Union and NATO member states. The Ukrainian Center for Countering Disinformation reported that Russian propagandists have taken a break to realign their strategy in the information war against Ukraine. Russia is grappling with how to convey its military losses to regular Russians and to prepare them for Russia's possible defeat and capitulation. Russian propagandists, some of whom own property in Europe, have been sanctioned by the EU alongside Russian military and government officials.
This post received a score of 16,000, with an upvote ratio of 88%. Here are the top comments in response to this article.
How goes the war with the West? Not well, comrade. Many Russians are dead. And the West? They have not yet arrived.
IIRC, one of the reasons Putler invaded was because it would prevent an inevitable proxy war in Ukraine with the West. It's like he manifests his own fears into reality.
All the reasons he's given as justification for invading Ukraine, which are just propaganda reasons of course, have turned out to bite him in the ass. He wanted to remove anti-Russian sentiment in Ukraine, to demilitarize Ukraine, to denazify Ukraine, particularly of Azov, to stop NATO expanding to the east, to stop an inevitable proxy war with the West. They could invade us in the future.
Greater than instigates a proxy war. Someone brought this up in response to some dipshits online complaining that EU and US were depleting its stockpiles of weapons. It's like, the reason why EU has these stockpiles is to defend itself against a Russian invasion. Javelins were specifically designed to fuck up Soviet armor. These weapons are being used exactly as they were intended to, and by breaking the back of the Russian military they might not even have to be replaced.
Greater than by breaking the back of the Russian military they might not even have to be replaced. And from what I understand, most of the weapons being sent to Ukraine are already the second-line stuff that is due to be replaced soon anyway.
Stingers are 1980s tech and are only still in production to sell to other countries. Seems a better use of them than rotting in a warehouse.
Russia is grappling with how to convey its military losses to regular Russians and to prepare them for Russia's possible defeat and capitulation. Russian propagandists, some of whom own property in Europe, have been sanctioned by the EU alongside Russian military and government officials.
Start war in Europe, war becomes a proxy war. Be surprised, lads. If you don't want to fight a proxy war against NATO, maybe don't start a war right next door to NATO.
Just remember, the only reason this is a proxy war at all is because Ukraine held out mostly on its own at the beginning. If Russia had rolled Ukraine in 3 days like most of the world expected, there would have been no aid. Ukraine kicked Russia in the teeth early, and inspired the West to take this opportunity to humble Russia and save Ukraine. But only because they managed to save themselves first.
Don't forget that just a few months before Ukraine, the Anna, who was also Western trained, completely collapsed. This is a testament to Ukrainian willpower, and shows that a highly motivated force can absolutely stand up to a much larger force. Edit, I am aware of the differences in national identity and the effect it has towards a unified defense of a nation. It is still an effective comparison when noting that both nations had been receiving Western aid for years prior.
This video was automatically created by Reddit to speech. The article and comments in this video were selected from Reddit according to their upvotes, and any paraphrasing was performed by smmry.com, without any human intervention.